Toronto, a bustling metropolis of glass and steel. But beneath the modern facade lies a history etched in conflict and resilience. A history embodied by Fort York, a star-shaped fortress standing guard over Toronto's harbor for over 2 centuries. Today, we journey back in time to experience a day in this historical gem, to relive the stories whispered by its weathered walls. Fort York was more than just a garrison, it was a linchpin in the War of 1812. The fate of Upper Canada hung in the balance, and this fort stood as a bulwark against American invasion. To walk its grounds is to walk in the footsteps of soldiers who fought bravely, of families who sought refuge within its walls, and of a nation finding its footing. The morning sun rises over Fort York, casting its first light on the ancient stone walls. The fort, a silent sentinel of history, stands bathed in a warm, golden glow, as if awakening from a long slumber. The air is crisp, filled with the promise of a new day and the echoes of the past. The sunlight dances on the fort's ramparts, illuminating every nook and cranny, bringing to life the stories etched in its stones. It's as if the fort itself is eager to share its tales with those who come to visit. The air crackles with anticipation as visitors gather, their faces a mix of curiosity and excitement. They are here not just to see, but to experience history in a way that textbooks can never convey. We gather near the parade ground, drawn by the rhythmic beat of a drum. The sound is hypnotic, pulling us into a different era. The crowd grows silent, every eye fixed on the field, every ear attuned to the distant echoes of history. Suddenly a roar erupts. Soldiers in scarlet uniforms march onto the field, their muskets glinting in the sun. The sight is both awe-inspiring and humbling, a vivid reminder of the bravery and sacrifice of those who once stood here. This is no ordinary history lesson, this is a visceral experience, transporting us back to the tumultuous days of the early 19th century. The reenactors bring to life the struggles and triumphs of a bygone era, making history tangible and real. The reenactors, clad in authentic period attire, portray British soldiers and their First Nations allies preparing for battle. Their movements are precise, their expressions solemn, as they recreate the moments that shaped our history. The muskets fire with a deafening boom, smoke filling the air. The smell of gunpowder is sharp and pungent, adding another layer of authenticity to the experience. It's a sensory overload, making us feel as if we've stepped back in time. We're not just observers, we're immersed in the sights, sounds, and even the smells of history. The reenactment envelops us, making us a part of the story if only for a moment. The reenactment ends, leaving a lingering smell of gunpowder and a sense of awe. The smoke slowly dissipates, but the impact of what we've witnessed remains etched in our memories. It's a stark reminder of the realities of war, a far cry from the sterile accounts found in textbooks. The reenactment brings to life the human element of history, the courage, the fear, and the sacrifices made. As we move on, the echoes of the muskets seem to follow, whispering tales of courage and sacrifice. The experience leaves us with a deeper understanding and appreciation of the past, and a sense of connection to those who lived through it. From the parade ground, we make our way to the Visitor Center, a modern structure seamlessly integrated into the historic landscape. The architecture itself is a marvel, blending contemporary design with the fort's storied past. As we approach, the contrast between the old and new becomes a visual narrative of its own. Inside, a treasure trove of artifacts awaits, each piece meticulously curated to tell a part of Fort York's rich history. Each object is a window into the lives of those who lived and worked within Fort York's walls. The displays are not just static exhibits, they are stories frozen in time, waiting to be discovered. We see weathered muskets, their wooden stocks polished smooth by countless hands. These weapons, once tools of war, now serve as silent witnesses to the past. There are faded letters penned by soldiers, their words echoing anxieties and hopes from a bygone era. Each letter is a personal narrative, offering a glimpse into the emotional landscape of the fort's inhabitants. We learn about the daily lives of the soldiers, their diets, their uniforms, their training. The uniforms, with their intricate details, tell us about the discipline and order that governed military life. It's a glimpse into a world vastly different from our own, yet strangely familiar in its humanity. The struggles, the camaraderie, the mundane routines, all resonate with our own experiences, bridging the gap between past and present. The exhibits are brought to life by interactive displays and informative panels, making history accessible and engaging for all ages. These modern tools help us connect with the past in ways that are both educational and entertaining. The Visitor Center is designed to be inclusive, ensuring that everyone from young children to history enthusiasts can find something that captivates their interest. The interactive elements are particularly popular, allowing visitors to engage with history in a hands-on manner. We leave the visitor center with a deeper understanding of the human stories behind the fort's strategic significance. The experience is both enlightening and humbling, reminding us of the countless lives that have shaped our present. As we step back into the modern world, the echoes of the past linger, enriching our appreciation of history. Our exploration takes us deeper into the heart of the fort, to the officers' quarters. These meticulously restored buildings offer a glimpse into the lives of the men who commanded Fort York's defenses. Stepping inside is like stepping back in time. We imagine officers huddled around the fireplace, discussing strategy over maps and brandy. The furniture, the decor, the very air within these rooms whispers of a bygone era. We learn about the hierarchy of military life, the privileges and burdens of command. It's a reminder that history is not just about grand battles, but also about the everyday lives of ordinary people thrust into extraordinary circumstances. The aroma of wood smoke and roasting meat draws us towards the fort's kitchen. As we approach, the crackling of the fire and the sizzle of meat transport us back to a time when cooking was an art of survival and community. The fort's kitchen is not just a place to prepare food, it's a living museum where history comes alive through the senses. Here, costumed interpreters recreate the culinary world of the early 19th century. Dressed in period attire, they meticulously follow recipes and techniques passed down through generations. Each movement, each ingredient, is a testament to the ingenuity and resourcefulness of our ancestors. We watch as they prepare dishes over an open hearth, using ingredients and techniques authentic to the period. The open hearth, a focal point of the kitchen, is both a source of warmth and a tool for cooking. The interpreters skillfully manage the fire, adjusting the heat to cook each dish to perfection. The smell of freshly baked bread fills the air, a scent that transcends time. Bread, a staple of the diet, is made from simple ingredients: flour, water, yeast, and salt. Yet the process of baking it is a labor of love, requiring patience and skill. The golden crust and soft interior are a reward for the effort. We sample hearty stews and savory pies, flavors that transport us back centuries. These dishes, rich and flavorful, are made from ingredients that were available at the time. The stews are slow cooked, allowing the flavors to meld together, while the pies are filled with a variety of meats and vegetables encased in a flaky crust. It's a reminder that food is more than just sustenance, it's a powerful link to the past, a way to connect with those who came before us on a visceral level. Sharing a meal, tasting the same flavors, and experiencing the same aromas as our ancestors creates a tangible connection to history. We learn about the challenges of feeding a garrison, the importance of preserving food, and the resourcefulness of the cooks who transformed limited ingredients into nourishing meals. In an era without modern conveniences, preserving food was essential for survival. Techniques like smoking, salting, and pickling were used to extend the shelf life of food. It's a fascinating glimpse into a bygone era of culinary arts. The dedication and skill of the interpreters bring history to life, allowing us to appreciate the ingenuity and resourcefulness of those who came before us. Through their efforts, we gain a deeper understanding of the past and a greater appreciation for the culinary traditions that have shaped our present. Our journey culminates with a hands-on musket-loading workshop. Under the watchful eye of an expert, we learn the intricate steps of loading and firing a black powder musket. The weight of the weapon in our hands is sobering, a tangible reminder of the realities of 19th century warfare. We carefully measure out the gunpowder, ram home the wadding and the ball, and prime the pan. The process is complex and demanding, requiring focus and precision. It's a far cry from the ease and speed of modern firearms, highlighting the skill and bravery of the soldiers who wielded these weapons in battle. As the sun begins its descent, we find ourselves drawn to the fort's ramparts. The wind whips through the battlements, carrying with it the echoes of history. We gaze out over the cityscape, a modern metropolis built upon the foundations of the past. From our vantage point, we can almost imagine the trepidation of the soldiers who manned these very walls, their eyes scanning the horizon for signs of the enemy. We see the city through their eyes, not as a bustling hub of commerce and culture, but as a vulnerable outpost on the edge of a vast wilderness. The experience is both humbling and inspiring. It's a reminder that the peace and prosperity we enjoy today came at a cost, and that we owe a debt of gratitude to those who came before us. Fort York is more than just a tourist attraction. It's a living testament to Toronto's past. It's a reminder that beneath the glass and steel of the modern city lies a rich history of struggle and resilience. Today, Fort York stands as a vital link between Toronto's past and its future. The fort's grounds host concerts, festivals, and community events, breathing life into history and making it accessible to all. It's a place where families can picnic on the grounds, where children can learn about their heritage, and where the sacrifices of the past are honored and remembered. As we leave Fort York, we carry with us more than just memories. We carry a deeper understanding of our shared history, a renewed appreciation for the sacrifices of those who came before us, and a sense of responsibility to preserve these stories for future generations. Historical sites like Fort York are not just about the past, they're about the present and the future. They remind us of who we are, where we come from, and what we can achieve. They teach us valuable lessons about courage, resilience, and the importance of understanding our history. By preserving these sites, we're not just preserving bricks and mortar, we're preserving our collective memory and ensuring that the stories of the past continue to inspire and inform the generations to come.